The newest CBI to hit the market is Sao Tome and Príncipe, one of the most exciting developments in citizenship by investment for 2025. Sao Tome and Príncipe's brand new CBI program. If you're looking for an affordable, fast-track way to secure a second passport that opens doors across Africa, Asia, and beyond, this could be a game changer. Launched just this August, it's already turning heads as the cheapest CBI option in the market. Stick around because we'll break down everything you need to know, from eligibility and costs to benefits, the application process, and how it stacks up against competitors. Let's get right into it. First, a quick primer for anyone new to the concept. Citizenship by investment, or CBI, allows high net worth individuals to obtain full citizenship in a country by making a qualified economic contribution, like a donation or real estate purchase. It's a legal pathway designed to attract foreign capital for development. Sao Tome and Príncipe, a stunning archipelago off the west coast of Africa in the Gulf of Guinea, has joined the ranks of nations like Antigua, Vanuatu, and Turkey with its own program. This island nation, often called Africa's hidden gem for its pristine beaches, cacao plantations, and biodiversity hotspots, is leveraging its CBI to fund infrastructure and social projects through a dedicated National Transformation Fund. The program officially kicked off on August 1st under Law No. 7-22 and Decree No. 2025-001, which you guys can look up, making it one of the freshest entries in the CBI space. So why now? Sao Tome and Príncipe recognized the potential of its Portuguese-speaking heritage and strategic location in the Community of Portuguese Language Countries, or CPLP, plus its membership in the African Continental Free Trade Area. This positions it as a bridge between Europe, Africa, and emerging markets. And if you're unfamiliar with the CPLP, we have another video on our channel breaking down what it is and the benefits of having a CPLP passport. As of September 2025, the program is fully operational with no reported delays, and early applicants are already receiving approvals. It's entirely remote, no need to visit the islands unless you want to, and there's zero residency requirement post-citizenship. Dual citizenship is also fully permitted, so you won't have to renounce your current nationality. Let's talk about eligibility because this is straightforward and inclusive. To qualify, you must be at least 18 years old, have a clean criminal record with no convictions, carrying more than 3 years in prison, demonstrate good health through a medical certificate, and prove the legitimate source of your funds. There's no net worth minimum beyond the investment itself, which we're starting to see in other countries. There's no language test and no interview. Due diligence is rigorous. It includes anti-money laundering checks, counterterrorism financing screening, politically exposed person assessments, and cross-referencing against international sanctions lists. But that's all standard for CBI programs and typically clears within weeks for compliant applicants. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or professional from a high-tax jurisdiction, this low barrier to entry makes it appealing. Now to the heart of the program, the investment. Sao Tome and Príncipe offers a single route, a non-refundable contribution to the National Transformation Fund. For a single applicant, it's $90,000 USD. Add your spouse and children and it bumps up to $95,000 for a family of 4. Each additional dependent costs just $5,000 USD, which is better than other programs around the world. This fund directly supports major infrastructure like roads, schools, and renewable energy projects, giving your investment a tangible impact on the island's growth. No real estate or business options yet, keeping it simple and affordable. But that's just the contribution. Factor in government fees, which aren't too bad. There's a $5,000 submission fee per applicant, $350 for the passport, $150 for the national ID card, and $250 for the citizenship certificate. For a single applicant, you're looking at less than $100K. For a family of 4, expect just over $100K, maybe $103K, something like that. Maybe a little under $110K. Post-approval, you can add a new spouse for $10,000 USD plus a $5,000 resubmission fee, other dependents for $5,000 each, as we mentioned, and even newborn children for just $500 USD. Professional fees from authorized agents vary by complexity, but often range from $10 to $20K for full service handling. All documents must be apostilled and translated into Portuguese or English if needed, so budget $1,000 to $2,000 for that. Family inclusion is very generous here. You can bring your spouse or civil partner, unmarried children up to the age of 30 who are financially dependent on you, parents over 55, and legally adopted children. Siblings aren't covered, but the post-approval addition option keeps it flexible for life changes. This makes it family-friendly without the premium pricing of some Caribbean programs. The application process is designed for efficiency. Remote, paperless where possible, and agent-led. So step 1 is choose an authorized agent, available on the official CBI portal. And by the way, MyLatinLife, we work directly with the Sao Tome CBI unit, so we can help get the process started. There's a link in the description to book a call with us and ultimately get this Sao Tome passport in your hands if you're ready to take action. So you'll submit your application with the $5,000 fee. You'll include passport copies, birth and marriage certificates, police clearances from every country you've lived in the past 10 years, medical reports, bank statements, proof of source of funds like tax returns or business financials, plus 2 reference letters from professionals and a detailed CV. Everything gets apostilled for authenticity. Once submitted, due diligence kicks in. About 6 weeks of background checks by international firms. If approved in principle, you wire the contribution to a secure government escrow account. Approval letters follow within days, then citizenship certificates, passports, and IDs are issued and shipped to you. Total timeline around 2 to 3 months from start to finish. As of September 2025, processing is on track with the first batches of passports rolling out without hitches. No in-person biometrics or oaths are required, though you can opt to visit an embassy if preferred. So what really sells this program? The benefits, of course. Start with travel freedom. The Sao Tome and Príncipe passport isn't the best. It ranks around 80th to 85th globally, granting visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to 69 destinations as of late 2025. That's up slightly from pre-launch figures due to new agreements. While it won't get you into the Schengen area, the UK, or the US without visas, it's strong for Africa and parts of Asia. Popular visa-free spots include Singapore for 30 days, Hong Kong for 14 days, South Africa for 90 days, Malaysia for 30 days. You get Kenya, the Philippines, Indonesia, Brazil via CPLP ties, and much of Central America like Ecuador and Panama. Other standouts are visa-free to Russia. You have Turkey for 90 days and several Caribbean islands. For the UAE and Qatar, you'll need visas, but e-visas are quick. Overall, this passport enhances mobility for African trade routes and Asian markets, with a Henley Passport Index mobility score of about 127 points. Beyond travel, you gain full rights to live, work, and study in Sao Tome and Príncipe indefinitely. The islands boast a cost of living 50% below the global average. Think $1,500 USD monthly for a family in a beachfront villa. Plus you have world-class diving, UNESCO, biosphere reserves, and very low violent crime rates. work freely in tourism, agriculture, or the fishing industries, or start a business with tax incentives, tax holidays, and special economic zones. Perhaps most people going for this passport aren't doing it for the visa-free, though some may, and probably you're not doing it to live in Sao Tome. So what else can we get from this passport? Tax perks are a highlight for non-residents. No global income tax, no wealth tax, no inheritance or gift taxes. If you become a tax resident, there is personal income tax. There's corporate tax as well. But there are also double taxation treaties with Portugal, the UK, and others to prevent overlap. As a CPLP member, you tap into preferential trade with Brazil, Angola, and Mozambique. And further with the CPLP, and this is a little bit speculative at this point, but of course, there is a potential for you to get easier access to Portugal in the European Union as a member of the CPLP country. Now, some might argue if you're not a natural-born Sao Tome citizen, this might not apply to you. We're not sure how this is going to work in practice. But certainly, if you have any kids that are born after you become a Sao Tome citizen, they will be born natural Sao Tome citizens, natural CPLP citizens, and they will get those full benefits of CPLP membership, giving you settlement rights in Portugal, Brazil, and the other CPLP countries. So for the main applicant, it remains to be seen what the settlement rights in Portugal are going to be. But certainly any natural-born children that you have and your grandchildren and great-grandchildren, after the citizenship is acquired, those children will be considered natural-born. So if you're thinking long-term, this will definitely have benefits for your descendants. Compared to peers, Sao Tome shines on price and speed. Take Egypt's program. $250K minimum, 6 to 9 months processing. It takes a long time to get the approval in Egypt. Nauru at $105K donation has a little bit better visa-free travel, but takes 3 to 4 months and has limited family perks. Sao Tome is cheaper and faster. And then you have Vanuatu, which is $130K donation, even higher than Nauru, about $40K higher than Sao Tome, and it has a little bit better visa-free travel, but it doesn't have the EU Schengen, it doesn't have the UK either. So if you're not chasing EU Schengen, then Sao Tome certainly wins among the the countries that don't have Schengen in terms of affordability and also in terms of family perks and processing speed. And then perhaps the last big benefit, last but not least, is just the benefit of having multiple passports. Now, there's the benefits of the Sao Tome passport specifically, which we've gone over. And then there's the benefits of any second passport. And we have another video on our channel discussing the benefits of dual citizenship in general, so we won't elaborate too much here, but really just having any second passport is super important so that you're not 100% dependent on any one government or jurisdiction for your mobility and for your documentation. Of course, no program is perfect. Risks include the newness of the program. There could be potential policy tweaks as volume grows. Though capacity, I've read, is capped at 500 annually for quality control. Not sure how real that is. Visa-free lists evolve as well, of course. The CPLP access will evolve over time, of course. The passport's mid-tier ranking means it's a mobility booster, but not a powerhouse. I could see it if you're trying to visit every country in the world. Visiting every country in Africa is one of the harder parts because so many of those countries need visas. So if you're relatively wealthy and looking to visit every country in the world, you might just want to get this so you don't have to deal with all the visas in Africa. Geopolitical stability in Sao Tome is high, but as a small island nation, it is vulnerable to climate change and different things. So, there's certain things that go along with being an island nation that we've, learned through the Caribbean CBIs as well. While funds go to escrow, they are non-refundable, so please commit wisely. In summary, Sao Tome and Príncipe CBI is a smart, low-cost play for diversification in 2025. At under 100K USD, it becomes a no-brainer once you hit a certain threshold in terms of your net worth. If you're worth 10 million bucks and this represents 1% of your net worth, starts making a lot of sense. You get a passport in months, you get potential tax benefits, you get mobility benefits, CPLP benefits. There's really a lot going on here. And, it speaks a lot to the future of the CBI industry as well. I don't want to use the term race to the bottom, but it is pretty interesting to see a CBI come in at under 100,000 US dollars. If this fits your goals, whether escaping your high tax country, securing Plan B options for your family, or exploring new markets, reach out to an agent today. There's a link in the description to book a call with us. MyLatinLife, we work directly with the CBI unit and the official partners of the Sao Tome program, so we can absolutely get this process going for you. Link in the description to book a call with us, and you could be speaking with us right away. If you're watching and you have questions, drop them below in the comments. Curious to hear what you guys think. Would you do this program? Are there any benefits or risks that we might have missed? What's your top CBI priority? How do you feel like this stacks against other CBIs in the market? Please hit like if this video helped. Subscribe for more on golden visas and passports and CBI around the world, and we'll see you in the next video.